What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Wrestling Junkies podcast. I'm Mr. Cincinnati, and as always, I am joined by the podcast dad, but he is in vacation mode today. Choops, how we feeling, buddy?
Yeet. No, we're good, man. We're good. I'm excited. I'm excited. I haven't had a trip in a while. You know, just kind of a getaway kind of thing. You know, obviously you and I have traveled a bunch for wrestling, but
yeah, but this is a true
this is just kind of a nice relaxing getaway and hang out.
And it's fucking Mardi Gras in New Orleans. It's not going to be relaxing, okay?
I'm just, like I said, we talked pre-show.
He's about the food, not the titties.
I've been to New Orleans. During Halloween, I saw a lot. I want some food, man. I love the food down south, and I'm ready for that. I'm pumped to just sit on the porch. It's going to be 70 and sunny all 3 days I'm there. I'm going to sit on the porch and drink, and I'm pumped. And then I'm going to come back Tuesday with you back on the show, not on the show Monday. Sorry, guys. But I will be back on the show Tuesday with my tattoo finished as well. So, I mean, just bang, bang, bang after everything.
Look at you.
I'm excited. I'm excited. And then I get to talk wrestling with one of my best friends.
This self-care era, I'm fucking here for this, man. I love this.
I don't know if it's self-care. I think it's just fuck it. Like, why can't I be happy?
Sometimes saying fuck it is self-care.
Yeah. It just is what it is, man. Hey, Go Birds, obviously. But did I tell you my story about, just mock drafts and how difficult it is? Did I say that yesterday?
Yeah. Because
we just got to keep scrolling.
Was in the chat.
You just got to keep scrolling. It sucks. It sucks. And then apparently, keep scrolling. I get to that one I looked at today, and they traded the pick. I mean, it was for Myles Garrett, but yeet.
Gets him out of the north. That's fine. Anyway, welcome back, guys. As always, make sure to follow us on X and TikTok at Junkies Pod. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram at Wrestling Junkies Pod. But most importantly, do us a huge favor. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are on the road to 500 subscribers, and we need your help to get there. All it takes is one podcast dad. Tell them what they got to do.
One person. Hey, I'm going to be down in New Orleans. I'm going to tell a bunch of people. Follow our show. That's one of my goals when I'm down there is you better believe I'm going to have some Wrestling Junkies merch on. That's going to happen. And I'm going to tell one person, probably multiple people throughout the entire trip I'm there. I expect you guys who are listening and watching us right now, do the same thing. Just tell somebody. And if they don't listen, they don't listen. But if they do, they're along for this amazing journey that we're on, where we get to have cool people on like we're going to have on tonight. But just amazing people that we have on our show, like-minded people. Those like-minded people are also on the Main Event Network. Go follow them, please, because it's a good group of people that, again, just love wrestling. And I say wrestling because it's not just a company here, a company there. It's wrestling. We all love wrestling. So if you want to continue to have fun with us and watch wrestling, come hang out. Come in the comments.
Yes,
back shots, but come in the comments. We take all comers.
I know you've been waiting all week. Why? Why did you do it?
I didn't even mean to. That's the sad part. I didn't even mean to. As soon as I said it, I was like, shit. Damn you, Tim Bosby. You have hijacked the entire week.
Nah. And you know what? And fuck Dylan Hales while we're at it too. But anyway, follow the Main Event Wrestling Network. While we may not care for Dylan Hales, TWE does have a couple of great shows coming up. SCI Rumble weekend is next weekend, and if we are lucky, we are going to get Scott Hensley on to talk about it. Hopefully, relaxed, casual Scott. We see him in the 3-piece, but we're not that important.
Casual Scott. Hello, Fernando. How we doing tonight?
Good to see you. Welcome back, my friend.
Yeah. Man, I feel like this is like a Cody and Jey Uso press conference. on this podcast tonight.
I've taken like 4 sips of this. Okay, like I am not there yet. I don't know how many you've had, but this is
my 4th.
Yep, that is.
I've been home for an hour.
It is like
Yay. Oh.
I'll enjoy my vodka pomegranate.
Oh, no more slushies?
I didn't feel like digging one out. It's okay. Don't why?
My 12-year-old brain.
Why?
My 12-year-old brain wanted so badly to pull Michael Scott, but I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be good.
Okay, I appreciate that. I greatly appreciate that.
You're welcome.
We'll have Matt coming on here in a little bit, but while we're waiting for him to get set up on the stream, let's talk a little bit about AEW Dynamite last night in the books. We're about a week out from Revolution Podcast. Dad, this is shaping up to be a fucking fire card.
Yeah, this is actually going to be, again, not actually. I don't know why I said actually, but
also.
Wait, are we drinking less?
Thanks, Cal.
Are we supposed to? Nobody told me. So yeah, it's funny because I had this exact same conversation today about how people who drink all the time are alcoholics. We
don't drink all the time. I did dry January.
I did not.
I know, and you were real chooch at the end of it.
Hey, you made a commitment, and I helped you see that one through. Go Birds.
Speaking of chooches, don't be one. Our interview with Bryce Cannon comes out tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Check it out. We talk all about his return to Lariato Pro Wrestling, as well as what might be next for him now that the unthinkable has happened and his contract at Coast Empire Wrestling has been terminated. Poor little out for the homie.
No negativity here.
Fuck Simon Sermon.
Well, yeah. That's just a given.
Randall Reno, too.
Same.
Chip Scaler while we're fucking at it. Yeah.
Same.
Anyway. Yeah, no. Dynamite
respect
in the books. Oh, actually, you know what? We're going to table our Dynamite conversation. It is time to introduce our guest, ladies and gentlemen. We're thrilled to have Matt Griffin, the CEO of Action Wrestling, with us. We are gearing up for the highly anticipated Prepare for Battle event. Buddy, you have seen some of this card, and there are some heavy hitters on it. Ignore the champion at the front of it, but, Alex Kane, Shug D, Tyler Stevens, that guy that got beat up by a gym teacher, Casey Owens. Bad News and Tattoos is on the card, man. There's a lot to talk about here, so we're going to get all into it without further ado. Please welcome Action Wrestling CEO Matt Griffin. What is up, buddy?
Hey, not much. How we doing?
Fantastic.
What have what have I missed so far?
Nothing. Did you I saw hold on, Eric, shut up. I saw the selfie. Is the water secured?
The water is secured. I have successfully made a Costco run. I am in between errands. So instead of doing the absolutely generic thing everybody does and filming a car promo, I pulled over to jump out of the truck. As you can see, you guys get a classy in front of a couple trees type of atmosphere and ambiance. But yeah, we're just getting stuff done. I mean, the logistics of running a show are always a difficult part. When people say they want to run a show, they usually mean I want to book wrestlers and decide what they're going to do. And running a show is about 5% of that. Actually, running a show is like, all the logistics. And oh boy, if somebody told me how much you had to do, I don't know if Action would have started. Actually. But it's rewarding. It's rewarding.
Yeah, I remember. We've seen it live. We've seen. Oh, hey, I know you guys. Gone.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time that I might have to apologize because I've literally had to leave during shows or during setup or before or after. Like I've had to leave mid-sentence. Like, my wife is always working up front and handling a lot of stuff. So she looks at me or if somebody says your wife needs you, I'm leaving. It's instant. I don't care. It doesn't matter what's going on. I'm leaving to go see what she needs because it's like I can't unfortunately clone myself. That technology isn't available yet. So, I have a lot of great people that help, but I take on so much because, it's at the end of the day, it's my promotion and I'm the one who lives in Tyrone. I live here, I promote here, and, it's my responsibility to make sure everything goes well and everyone's accommodated. And, that's it. But, I'm fired up for tomorrow. I mean, we're 25 hours away right now from going live. So,
yeah, we had the flyer up here. Prepare for Battle coming up tomorrow night live on IWTV. There is a lot to talk about when it comes to this card here. I feel like we have to start here just because he kind of disrupted our entire week. Let's get it out of the way here. Action Wrestling World Champion Tim Bosby has been quite vocal about the Wrestling Junkies as of late. This relationship with another guy that we all know very well, Dylan Hales at TWE, it's causing some headache. I mean, tell us what's going on here. What the fuck's going on?
Well, it's been 2 months and I'm still trying to figure everything out. I mean, TWE and Action have had a good working relationship for several years, and we still do. And Dylan was previously a big part of TWE as a commentator. He became a matchmaker before he abruptly resigned. Not before costing Big Dave the TWE championship, which is another story for a live stream that you can check out on IWTV. But the biggest thing in independent wrestling is ego. I have a huge ego. Dylan Hales has a huge ego. Tim Bosby has a huge ego. And you can see that things have taken, how things have taken sides. So, huge match tomorrow, though. Big Dave was the TWE champion for about 5 minutes. And he goes for the Action World Championship tomorrow. That'd be a hell of a story to go ahead and win those 2 titles in back-to-back months.
Can you talk about the evolution and kind of attitude change that you've seen from Tim Bosby? I mean, when we were down there,
dude,
what has happened?
I mean, that happens. That happens when you get frustrated, when you see that you are one of the most talented people in the room. Because if you can be honest with yourself at times, you can realize, I deserve better than this. I deserve more recognition. And he had Warhorse beat Bobby Flacco in November to win the Action World Championship. Hey, that's a great koozie you got there.
Thank you.
And when he had the opportunity the next night, when Warhorse put the belt on the line, he won. And I think that's when he had a kind of a realization or a break in those 3 weeks between when he won the Action World title and then he actually came down to Action. I think he decided he was going to go in and approach a bit differently than he did when he debuted at TWE. And you can't say that he's wrong because he's the Action World Champion. He has already defended it on other promotions. He defended the Action World Championship last week against Tommy Davis at 0-1. And he's got other title defenses in other promotions. He's going to be defending it if he stays champion, he's defending it at TWE. He's defending it on Jameson Shook's show. He's going to be defending it at the Scenic City Rumble. We don't believe in holding up announcements. We're going to go ahead and schedule title matches, and somebody's going to get a title match no matter who it's against. I think Dylan Hales had been in Bosby's ear for some time, and that kind of, Dylan asserting his influence, realized he could assert a lot more influence over Action, and he's trying to take over the Southeast, which is interesting because I've been trying to take over the state of Georgia. I've worked a lot of other promotions as well, and, ego is a hell of a thing in pro wrestling. So, Bobby's going to have to put up or shut up against Big Dave.
Remains to be seen. There's a couple of really great tag team matches that I'm excited about here. We've got Bad News and Tattoos, Carly Bravo and Sean Dean taking on Culture Inc. These are four of my favorite guys that come through in Georgia right now. I mean, having these guys all in the same ring at one time, I mean, this is I don't know. This is an early match of the night contender. Just looking at this advertisement here, and we're going to talk a little bit more about Action's tag team title scene right now. But bringing in Carly Bravo, Sean Dean, their AEW / Ring of Honor knowledge, expertise. Tell us about the benefit this will have on Culture Inc. and kind of where you see Culture Inc. fitting into the Action landscape in 2025.
Well, I mean, Culture Inc. were the tag team champions. They had defeated Violence is Forever in a huge match. When they lost the titles, there were several different things going on to get them back, to be able to challenge for them again, to be able to get them back in the mix. Just scheduling is a thing. I mean, that's one of my biggest challenges running wrestling shows. There's no night that you can run, no day that you can run that's safe. Like when I initially ran Fridays, it was because a lot more talent was going to be available, and Fridays became the new Saturdays. Everybody's working Fridays and Saturdays. So, you got to try to get talent available. We've got talent that go overseas. Manders was the Action World Champion, and he missed several shows because he's touring Germany and UK. He's going to Japan.
Yeah.
Manders and Adam Priest both are going to be wrestling at 16 Carat, which is next weekend in WXW in Germany. So it just took a while, and when we finally were able to come to terms, the infantry we've had in as a team, Sean Dean, prior to going to AEW, was a notable part of the roster. Carly Bravo had a hell of a singles match against a guy I think you guys have met before, Landon Hale. And they're very accomplished as a tag team. They're very like the most natural match I could possibly make for super athletic, super talented wrestlers. And we'll see what they come up with. I'm very excited, and I was very excited to be able to promote that match.
Hell yeah.
We got another great tag team match. As the Action Tag Team Championships are on the line, top team takes on a team that, quite frankly, is just on fire as of late and has taken not only the entire state of Georgia, but I think the country as a whole. The Good Hand. I mean, they are dominating everywhere they go. How excited are you to see this one?
Well, between us, it would just solve so many headaches if the Good Hand would lose the tag titles. I'm fired up. Teriyaki and Jay Lucas are a couple of guys that I got to know real early in their career, and they've become both in this tag team and individually really good young wrestlers. The scariest part about them is that they're not as good as they're going to be yet. Sometimes you see a young wrestler and you're like, man, that might be the best match that they're capable of. With lots of wrestlers like these two, you can say that was a great showing, and I know that if they do this match again in 6 to 12 months, it's going to be better. And by the same point, I mean, Shug D's a veteran. He took several wrestlers under his wing. The Wall is somebody who has improved by leaps and bounds over the last couple years by being with Shug. And, you can't argue with that approach. I've managed the Wall myself at several area promotions. Heck, I even tag teamed with him once last year. He's a hell of a talent. I feel like I'm the worst person to promote matches because I'm always like, yeah, this is going to be really good. This is going to be really good. I'm excited for this. But that's the actual truth. I am fired up. I am very excited for it. So, tag team wrestling, we have a lot of tag teams I want to bring in 2025 and bring back in 2025. So, I mean, tomorrow I've had a couple different people say it feels like a bangers only show because up and down we have a lot of different stuff that we're doing. It's a hell of a show, to be perfectly honest.
And there's one match that's still a little shrouded in mystery here, and it involves another one of our friends, Jameson Shook. I believe that he will be taking on an Action Next Up participant. Any insight you can give us on what Mr. Shook can be experiencing this weekend?
Nope, we can't, because we do. I mean, just to explain what Next Up is to people who might be familiar with, this sort of started by accident after the pandemic. We had a lot of young wrestlers show up because we were running when a lot of places weren't. They'd show up, help out, be around the show. We had so many wrestlers over the years who've done that, who've made it into main shows. Sometimes there were wrestlers that were on Next Up that were like, hey, you got to be on the show tonight. That happened several times. There have been wrestlers who made it from Next Up into Futures. There have been for the SCI. And that's a great, because I don't run a school, but that's a great, I hesitate to say farm system, but it's a place where, if you're dedicated, you can come in. We've had wrestlers from, several hours away come in to meet, make an impression. Because when we have an action show, it's not just me as a booker there. There are bookers who are and influence makers from other promotions. So you don't just get to meet me and work in front of me. We have lots of talent who have worked TV before and are giving notes to and feedback to some of those wrestlers, and they're able to hopefully learn and progress from that. So we do those matches after setup has begun. It's usually in an empty arena in front of all the wrestlers who happen to be there. And we decided we're going to have an informal panel and decide who's going to be wrestling Jameson Shook. That's 100% a shoot. So if you're a trained wrestler who shows up tomorrow, you've got a possibility of being invited to wrestle on a live stream. And that, to be clear, is a lot of pressure. That is a lot of pressure, and it's going to be whoever performs the best tomorrow, regardless of what they've done in the past. Jameson came out of Next Up, met him. He was a student at the TWE Performance Center, and he came down to do Next Up matches, and then eventually he became one of those guys who's like, all right, we got to find something to do with him and put him on shows. So, I will definitely give all the credit in the world to the trainers who trained these wrestlers, but I will also give them credit for instilling a work ethic in them. They want to come out, try to get on shows, meet people, because, promoters always talk about, messaging and emails, that's great, but it doesn't really do anything. You got to meet. And that's true. That's true. I have a lot of people who come put in FaceTime, and sometimes, I'm setting up the ring with somebody and I get to know them a little bit. It's like, okay, you hit it off and you might be able to get a shot. That's the best way to go ahead and start at new promotions, is literally just show face. And so somebody's going to get to show face tomorrow, and I don't know who it's going to be. Honestly, this is not something that's predetermined at all.
And Shook's been rolling around with Legos a lot lately, so like he's excuse
me, you mean plastic brick toys? You can't say Legos.
Yeah, come on, be professional.
That's fair.
Yeah, you got to be professional.
I like the word you use is you use the word opportunity in your post, right? And that's what that is. Why Jameson Shook? Why is he the guy to go out there and go, all right, let's see what you got?
Well, Jameson Shook came out of, he's not a random person. He came out of Next Up. He had a lot of trouble in action. He competed very well for a number of matches before he was able to win a big one against Shug D. And now he might be on a little bit of a roll. He just challenged twice against Shug D in the Good Hand 4. The Action Tag Team Championships. He is our 2024 Action SCI Future Showcase winner. So he seems, this is a concept I've kind of rolled around in my head a while. We have added people to shows from Next Up where they might fit and we might have opportunity. And now I'm just going to go ahead and say, hey, ahead of time, it's an open opportunity. And Jameson Show as the Futures Showcase winner is somebody who's going to be a really good measuring stick, to see if somebody can hang. I'm all about opportunity. I'm all about challenging people, and I really want young wrestlers who are hungry. If you're going to sit back and wait for opportunity to come to you, action is not where you want to be. I don't even, this circuit, the whole IWTV family is about opportunity, because we're promotions that like, hey, we want to get our shows taped and up on our streaming service, IWTV. We're not the type of people to sit back. We try to be aggressive and proactive. So we want wrestlers who are also that, who want to learn, who want to better themselves, get themselves in different areas. For example, there's a couple wrestlers who came and did Next Up last month who came in from Mississippi. And I told them that the match that they actually had on Next Up was far better than any of the YouTube matches that they'd sent. I generally try to watch at least a little bit of a clip to understand a wrestler, because I can pretty much tell, after the first 30 seconds to a minute of watching somebody, is this worth continuing to watch? And sometimes I do. Sometimes I make a decision real quick. So, they did themselves a huge favor, and they met with the show they came in. They met with other bookers and other decision makers. So, coming in for one show from Mississippi to do a Next Up may end up paying dividends. They at least made a contact. Like I would, if somebody asks, I would speak very well of them. So that's kind of what it's about when you're trying to build a name. Because there are so many people out there who say they want it. I really want this. I really want to build a name. I really want to do this. It's like, when it comes down to that, are they saying it because it's easy to tweet and make Facebook posts and say you really want it, but proving it is something else.
Yeah. And I mean, it's phenomenal answer. And there's one more match where your comments kind of personify these guys. Alex Kane, Jaden Newman. This is a doors and tables match. This is the match that I never knew that I needed, but I'm so happy that it's happening. Jaden could arguably be considered the heart and soul of TWE. Alex Kane is Alex fucking Kane. These are two guys that are grit, determination personified. They're going to beat the fuck out of each other. Hope your insurance is up to date.
Yeah, Alex is somebody who I really love. He's been an Action World Champion. He's been an MLW World Champion. He's just somebody that shows up and he asks questions. He asks me lots of questions, and he's compared to me because I'm old. He's a young guy, so he'll ask me stuff about what was happening in the 90s. Try to understand history. Hey, why does this happen? He'll ask the question that a lot of talent won't. Mm-hmm. Jaden Newman is somebody, you're right, he is the heart and soul of TWE. He's such a great kid. He has really become loved by the Action faithful. He didn't have a great attitude when he came in, so he kind of pulled a reverse Tim Bosby. He ended up kind of, when he made a return when people really liked him. So I think very highly of both these guys. I may or may not have made a run to Habitat for Humanity, and anybody in the wrestling business who hears about a Habitat for Humanity run knows exactly what I was doing. So that was another thing I got checked off the list today, and I'm fired up. That's a big card. And I will note, just to make sure, in case you didn't see on the card, we had Cody Manhorn scheduled to take on Joe Black. Joe Black is making his Action debut. Cody Manhorn suffered an injury last week. He was touch and go. It's fairly well known he's a Marine veteran. He's been trying to get in with the VA. You may or may not know, things have been kind of turbulent the last several weeks. And he put out a video, and we talked today. He's hurting a little bit more than he wants to let on. I know he really wants the match, and we'll find a way to do Cody Manhorn and Joe Black at another time. We do have a replacement to wrestle Joe Black, and it's well, you guys want an exclusive? I haven't told anybody yet.
Here we go.
You know, we're all
So Joe
ears,
Black.
yeah.
Joe Black is a very talented wrestler in the state of Georgia. Held several titles. He's currently the Southern Honor Wrestling Champion, where I kind of make a lot of noise myself. He's also been in what I felt in the past was the best dog collar match I ever saw until I promoted a dog collar match last year, and it's long overdue for him to be in action. And he is going to fight somebody who, along with Dolly Parton, is one of the treasures of Tennessee. He is going to fight the bloodbath behemoth Tank. Joe Black versus Tank. I don't even have the graphic to share with you yet. I don't even have a graphic to share with you yet. So you are getting it first. So.
Man, what a way to prepare. You're preparing for Cody Manhorn? Nope. Totally different.
You thought that through too. That's the
thing. Hey, you know what? It's known among the wrestlers here in the state that if you come to action, you got to bring it. And I do believe Joe Black is going to absolutely bring it. It's going to be against somebody different. But I think Joe Black and Tank, boy, I got a couple matches tomorrow. I might regret booking afterwards. But and Tank is somebody I go personally way back with over 20 years. He threw me through a wall in 2001 at NWA Wildside, and I've teamed with him as well. He's Tank. He's awesome. He's beloved. He won the first ever Phoenix City Rumble, and he's made some appearances. Can't wait to have him back tomorrow night.
Hell yeah!
All right, it's time to put on the Carnival Barker hat. Why should fans come to the show tomorrow?
All right, good. That's perfect timing because I gotta get running and finish some of those errands.
Yeah,
Fans should come to the show tomorrow night. It's 7:30 p.m. in Tyrone, Georgia, or you can watch live on the award-winning independent wrestling TV network. You should come because we are Action Wrestling is not just a nickname for the promotion. We run a fast-moving show. We don't have a lot of long promo segments, long intermissions, long time between matches. I believe in keeping a swift-moving show. I believe in having a lot of different styles. I think you're going to see a match in Big Dave versus Tim Bosby that is going to be different from Culture Inc. versus the Infantry, which is going to be different from the Good Hand versus Top Team, which is going to be different from Joe Black versus Tank. There's going to be a lot of variety on the show. We didn't even get to mention the fact that Adam Priest is taking on Casey Owens, which is a phenomenal match in my opinion. It's going to be a hell of a night. Action is approaching our 7-year anniversary, which will be the last weekend of April. You guys were there in person. That's where we were able to meet last April for our 6th anniversary show. And, I think you guys being at that event could probably speak to what it's like to watch Action live, as honestly better than I could, because I'm the promoter. You guys were sitting there able to soak it all in and watch the show. But Action Wrestling isn't just a name. It's a place where we want wrestlers to bring it. We're live on IWTV. There's a lot of pressure, and wrestlers definitely perform. And I think it's going to be a hell of an event. So 7:30 tomorrow night, live on IWTV.
Love it. Love it. Very well said. Matt, thank you as always for taking the time to shoot the shit with us. I mean, I know I get the privilege of talking to you like every fucking week, but it's always great to have you on the show. We're gonna let you go here, but we're just gonna leave this little nugget in your head. We love Action Wrestling. I don't know. We think that there might be the need for a tournament there. We got some ideas.
Bring it. I'm a big fan of ideas. So, and heck, I know you'll be talking with Scott Hensley next week about the SCI Rumble, which is next weekend. And, oh gosh, why did I start promoting wrestling? This is it's insane. I literally have to delineate when I can take free time. But thanks for having me, guys. Love y'all. Hope y'all are able to watch and enjoy the show tomorrow.
Absolutely, love you too. And now we're gonna try to make our way down. Spring, summer's starting to warm up, so I think we're due for a Junkies road trip.
We are.
Love to have you guys back. Take care, guys.
Good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks. Never gets old having Matt Griffin on. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. As always, make sure to follow us on X at Junkies Pod and on TikTok. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram at Wrestling Junkies Pod. But subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're on the road to 500 subscribers. We need your help to get there. Looking at the numbers, if everybody watching right now went over to our channel and hit subscribe, we're like that close to hitting it. Tell one person. Not hard. One fucking person.
Not hard.
Look who's here. You got to be faster about that. Okay. What? Okay. All right. Okay.
What?
Okay. So real quick, Dynamite in the books. I'm going to. Thanks, buddy. We appreciate it. Honestly, Matt does all the heavy lifting there when it comes to talking to us. I mean, we're just a couple of schmucks from Ohio that he happens to like a lot. But no, for real, if you have not gotten a chance to check out an action show, get an IWTV subscription. It's $10. Yeah. I mean, mine just built out today. Best $10 I've ever spent. Like every month, $10. You get to watch so many great wrestling. Like just promotions, right? There's so many. Vamp on this for a couple of seconds while I go make myself another one. Okay, sure. There's Dad talking about IWTV. No, IWTV is great. There's so many promotions out there that you guys just don't even know about, right? That you can go on there and discover. And that's the beautiful thing about wrestling right now is the independent wrestling is thriving. No matter where you are, no matter where you're watching, no matter what state you're in, like go out and support your local independent. Like, even if it's not even your local independent. I mean, Eric and I have traveled to Tyrone, Georgia to go watch an action show. And Matt was not kidding when he's saying it's fast paced. They go and they go and they go. We saw match after match after match. We got a little bit of an intermission to catch our breath, but then right back at it. Match after match after match. And they're constantly putting on great shows. You know, when we go there and we see an Alex Kane versus a Manders to open the show, it was amazing. And then you see a Landon Hale and Mustafa Ali. It ends with Cruel and Adam Priest tearing it up. Like, what else do you guys want to go see? Like, action is a spot where it feels like a big deal because it is a big deal. So go support your local independent promotion because they can become action. And another, even beyond becoming action, I mean, there are people that we've seen wrestle at action that are now WWE ID. Shout out to Sean Legacy. I mean, like, you never know which stars of tomorrow you're going to go check out at these events. And there's always somebody that's just going to blow your fucking mind. So, again, and I mean, I think that I can speak for both of us when I say, come on. We certainly aren't where we are right now if it's not for action wrestling. So support independent wrestling. There's no way. Support your independent wrestling. Please do it. If you say that you are a wrestling fan, you need to support independent wrestling because it's literally the lifeblood of what wrestling needs to be. Facts. I'll get off my soapbox. No, it's all good. It's all good. I appreciate the soapbox. Dynamite is in the books. Revolution's about a week away. Some of your high points, low points. What do you want to talk about with this show before we give our Elimination Chamber predictions? Wow. I did not think you were going to call on me, but thank you for doing so. Okay. MJF getting his tattoo removed. That was an interesting promo. I don't know if that. I was going to say it was, and I did not watch it live in the moment. I caught the replay this morning, but I don't know. It's interesting. It is because I mean, MJF is one of those guys that yes, we know that he had bought in and doubled down on what's going on with AEW. And we don't have any knowledge or any other information. This is just purely from a speculative standpoint does he regret re-signing? Is that kind of what we're feeling here?
It's MJF. I don't know. MJF loves keeping everybody on their toes. Like that's just MJF. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It was interesting promo. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sorry, I'm gonna clear my throat. Go ahead and bam.
No, you're good. Because I really am excited for Hangman versus MJF at Revolution. I mean,
another hang up I have is getting Christopher Daniels involved.
Hang up I have is echoing with Bubba Ray Dudley from a production standpoint of you should not have shown CD gigging himself and like that was just
It happens.
But AEW doesn't hold production meetings from what is floating around there. I don't know how true that is, but you would think that there would have to like even a post-it would do, right?
I'm not here to shit on AEW right now, but
I'm not shitting on them. I'm just saying that efficiency. If there's one thing you should be in life, it's efficient. New season of Shorzy's out, by the way, just since I made the Letterkenny reference.
Who?
Shorzy, new season's out.
Don't know what that is.
You don't know what Shorzy is? Comment if you know what Shorzy is. It's a great fucking show. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna believe you. Letterkenny. I haven't watched Letterkenny, so I don't know.
It's Letterkenny is Blue Mountain State, but hockey. Okay. Trailer Park Boys and Blue Mountain State had a baby.
I haven't watched Trailer Park Boys.
I didn't either. I didn't care for Trailer Park Boys, but a lot of the Canadian humor is the same.
All right. I know there's a lot of wrestling references in Letterkenny.
Yeah, because K. Trevor Wallace, who plays Squirrely Dan, he's a huge wrestling guy. So whenever they have their pun segments, they did one where Handy was the one that kept going around. That's Handy Orton. That's Macho Man Handy Savage, and Handy as in useful before you get all fucking 12 years old on me. You did it once today.
I know, and there's one thing I was gonna say, but I'm not gonna say it. Gonna say it.
Thank you, King Chris, for the thank you for the reference. I needed that since he doesn't know what I'm talking about, so it's okay.
You want to talk about?
Yeah, I need to start heels too. Yes, and also I think that Matt Griffin might have been on heels once. I don't remember which episode, allegedly. But yeah, that's a Letterkenny reference.
What
you say? Okay, never mind. Yeah, so Pepper Bottom was also on the show, but he fucking hates us. So
yeah, I was gonna say let's get to the chamber real quick because these are going down way too easy, and Daddy's starting to feel it.
AEW was cool last night. Really enjoyed it. Still don't know what the Death Riders are doing, but love the fact that Willow has a bit of an edge. Let's bring that out a bit more. Athena versus Mercedes is loading. It seems like Athena versus Mercedes versus Billy Starks is going to be really good as well. So there's a lot to be excited about. Takeshita and Orange Cassidy, fucking fire main event.
Takeshita.
Honda Elimination Chamber.
Takeshita.
What did I say?
You said it wrong.
Did I?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
Doesn't feel so good, does it, you asshole?
Yeah, well, you always say it wrong. Like,
no, I don't. Not anymore.
Well, not anymore, but
because
before we kind of had the come to Jesus moment, then yeah, you
know what? You come on your own, Jesus. Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens in an unsanctioned match. Unsanctioned match. Randy Orton comes back. Because I think we're getting Owens and Orton at Mania. Because they wouldn't do this now. Right?
It's that's
they would have saved this match for Mania.
That's a really, really hard one because I feel like Saturday is kind of now or never to bring Randy back to slot him in for WrestleMania because it's like, and I kind of had the same thought earlier this week about Becky Lynch and just happened to be talking to the fact checker about holy fuck, like I had a moment of like, oh fuck, I forgot Becky Lynch is like here, or at least needs to come back. So we haven't really angled for that return either, but ultimately, I think Kevin Owens wins this one. He needs a win coming out of Royal Rumble. We knew that Cody was going to go over in that ladder match, or at least the odds were really good that he was. Sami Zayn, this is one of those ones where he's always the underdog. He'll build back better from this loss. But because it has gotten so personal to the standpoint of bringing each other's families in the mix, something we've really never seen with this rivalry in the time that it's predated this particular program, not something we've seen in WWE, not anything that we've seen on the indies as far as bringing each other's families into this and making it that personal, that all bets are off. Kevin Owens is the Triple H in this situation. Shawn Michaels, Sami Zayn is probably going to be written off of TV for a little bit. I could see, I personally could see Sami being written off after Elimination Chamber, coming back and costing KO at WrestleMania to help out Randy.
What show is Sami on? Do we know? Is he on Raw?
I'm just going to assume so. So just because he was on Raw this week, because
they're talking about like a multi-man match for the IC title at Mania. I think he could be. I think he could be in that match. Like I think Randy comes back, costs Kevin. That sets up that Mania match. Sami goes on to that multi-man match for the IC title.
Because realistically, if we talk that multi-man match, assuming it's happened, and I'm just guessing what you think they might be. So Braun, Penta, Sami, Penta, Ludwig, Pete Dunne,
and I think you could add Dom.
Sure, that's fine.
Like, I think you're going to want to get Dominic Mysterio on the card, or Finn, or something like that. You want Finn on the card? Like, come on.
I mean, but if it comes to, and I can't even believe I'm going to say this, but if I have to choose between one of those two to be added to that Intercontinental title match, give me Dom. I want Dom. Yeah,
it's Dom. Yeah, I'm not going to argue that at all. It's Dom.
Sheamus also would be,
Do something else. Enough with the IC title with Sheamus. I'm done with that. Go do something else. I don't care. But and Sheamus might take like the Pete Dunne spot, to be fair. Sucks, but I think that's what would happen.
We'll see.
But I think that's going to be the direction. So I'll go Sami Zayn, thanks to Randy Orton.
Okay, I like it.
Tiffy and Trish take on Nia and Candice LeRae. Good for Candice LeRae to get on this card.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Also, and still women's speed champion.
Good for Candice LeRae to get on. I'm glad they're using her because she's very talented. And I'm very happy to see her on this card. A 4-match card, and she's in a match with Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus. Good for you. And
she's definitely going to be counting the lights.
That's fine. What? Maybe. I think. Okay, you want to go prediction real quick?
Yeah, let's hear yours.
Okay, Nia Jax is pinning Trish Stratus.
Okay.
That's how you set up that Mania program, because I think we're going to get Trish and Nia at Mania.
All right.
Yep.
You know what?
Yep. And Nia
25 years of Trish Stratus.
And Nia deserves it. Nia has
been
fact
checker. Remember this moment.
Nia has been amazing since she's come back, and she deserves a WrestleMania moment with Trish Stratus.
Except for that one thing.
But that's my bold prediction for this. I think Nia and Candice win. Charlotte will be involved somehow with Tiffy, and that'll kind of balance each other out. And I think Nia pins Trish.
Yeah. That is definitely something that I had not forecasted, but I do really enjoy the thought of that because I don't disagree whatsoever. I mean, and I have been staunchly Team Nia since the return, more so than you have. And just she has leveled the fuck up. And that is a dominant monster heel that, she's worked her ass off. She's deserved everything that she's getting here. And Fact Checker also likes your take. So, kudos to you.
Thank you. Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, Bayley, Naomi, and Roxanne Perez in the Women's Elimination Chamber. The winner gets Women's World Title match at WrestleMania 41. They will be taking on Rhea Ripley. What you got?
So when I was on Wrestling Spotlight, which you can check out on True TV Plus by downloading the app, I believe that show is already out or coming ahead of Elimination Chamber. I officially said Bianca as far as my prediction. I know. However, that Jade Cargill story is still kind of lingering in the air here. I don't think that story needs a championship of any kind. I think that they could have waited a little bit longer to have this one-on-one match with them. It sucks. I mean, that the tag team title run got cut short. I don't know if that's a legitimate injury or not and kind of why we got here. But Bianca versus Rhea, they've done a great job of keeping these two apart for the better part of a year. I mean, realistically, their entire WWE runs, like, they've been parallel, but they've never really crossed paths other than the team in a War Games, I don't think. Now, I worry about if Bianca wins this match, the rushed nature of building this program, because there really has not been a whole lot of interaction between them as of late. So that, while yes, I will still stick with my prediction of Bianca, I would like to throw out Roxanne Perez as somebody who wins the Chamber, because she was already the Iron Woman in the Rumble. Mm-hmm. She wins this Chamber. She's set up for a dominant run on the main roster. She can afford a loss to Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
She's still new to the main roster, that this does not hurt her. And that's a unique position to be in because of how talented that she is and what she has done with NXT. We know that she's been ready for the main roster for a long time. Nailed it in the Rumble, kills it in the Chamber, has a great, great match with Rhea, just comes up short. She's been cocky as fuck for the last year and a half plus. It's time to humble her.
I don't hate either of your choices. I think Bianca's going to go in as the favorite. There's a name in this Chamber that just is sticking out to me like a sore thumb.
Okay.
And in my gut makes me go, huh, she's the only one in here that doesn't really have a story right now.
Bailey?
Alexa Bliss.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
No,
Bailey and Roxanne have a program that they're kind of still feuding together. Naomi, Bianca, and Liv are all tangled up. Alexa really doesn't have much going on.
No.
And she just came back. And you're going to
They
tell me
worked really hard to get her back, yeah.
And you're going to tell me a match with Rhea and Alexa's not going to be good?
Yeah, it would be great.
I'm kind of leaning toward Alexa Bliss right now, just because, look, the last couple of months we've seen a couple shockers, right? Jey Uso won the Rumble.
Yeah.
That reaction Alexa Bliss got at the Rumble was awesome.
Seismic. Yeah.
Awesome. Why not give her this win? You want to talk about somebody that can afford a loss at Mania? Alexa Bliss can afford a loss. She could also shock the world and win. Like, I'm going Alexa Bliss because I don't know. That name's just sticking out.
Okay.
It's just like it's the wild card in the whole thing.
Sure. Yeah, I get that.
I don't know. I can't get around it. Like, she's not, like, Jade has to have something to do with Bianca and Naomi. It has to be something. I don't. Liv Morgan's
and that story doesn't need a title.
That story, like, Liv Morgan's now in the tag division. Bailey and Roxanne still have stuff going on where we still haven't seen a one-on-one between them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Alexa's just kind of there. I don't know.
I like where you had that podcast then.
Give me Alexa Bliss.
Okay. All right.
Men's. That's the big one. Cena, Punk, McIntyre, Logan Paul, Priest, Rollins.
This one's gonna give me agita. I swear. It just this is stressful. And also, I just thought about this. It sucks that you won't be able to be in town to watch the Chamber because I'm firing up the smoker.
Yeah, I will not be live. Like, this will probably be a Monday viewing. Unfortunately,
hey, that's okay. You're gonna miss out on some fire pork belly, and MJB is gonna make some ribs.
Well, I mean, there's always Mania.
There is always. I mean, I'm not saying
there's always Mania.
I'm saying I know you're just missing this party. Yeah,
I have gone back and forth between four people. I guess back from fourth and fourth and fourth and fourth.
Yep.
Seth Rollins.
Sticking with it?
Yep.
Okay. I think my prediction is obvious based on my shirt.
I don't know. Shit, I don't know. Seth Rollins. Ask me tomorrow. It might be Cena. Ask me on Sunday. After the match, it might be Punk.
Fernando says it's Cena, and the only person that can make fun of my co-host beard is me. So, hi,
hey,
great to see you.
Hey, whoa, hey, whoa, hey,
Lois, this is not my Batman glass.
Whoa, that's a deep cut. That is a deep cut. The beard looks great. Fuck off.
It looks better than when it was first coming in. Mostly just because you can.
Well, that's what she said.
Yeah. Are you all right? I think he's down. Apparently, you have to be nice to him, and you know why.
Yeah, sure. Oh, okay. I do know why.
All right.
Fuck, okay. I do know why. Yeah.
I don't, so I'll need that tea after the show is done. Podcast Dad trying to look like the king with the beard. Fucking Philly fans, I swear. Okay.
This is no. You know what this is? I can't shave until the Eagles lose. So, guess this is here until September.
Gross. Okay.
Hey, just because your team doesn't know what they're doing doesn't mean you have to take it out on me.
Well, who am I supposed to take it out on?
I don't care. Not me. Just because your team doesn't know what they're doing. There is about a 90. Let's put it out to the chat. We can put a poll out on our social media.
Now you done got them started. Okay.
Let's put a poll out to our social media account. I want you to do this, and I want you to remember this. Fact checker, I want you to remind him tomorrow. What is the percentage that I get the Saquon Barkley tattoo in New Orleans?
Not insignificant.
In New Orleans this weekend. What is the percentage? I won't go full Ivar. I will not. That takes a few years. And if the Eagles keep winning, dynasty's there.
I know. I saw the comment come in, and then at the time it just worked out that I could do it. Okay. Fuck all of you. Just
don't be mad that the window's closed. You're going to sign 4 people, and that's going to be your entire team. Good luck. Go Birds. Oh,
I'll be holding auditions for a new co-host. I don't know if we're having a show yet on Monday, but I don't know. I might see what. I know.
I might be in an airport.
I know that you might. I know that you might.
Hey, man.
Maybe I'll get Mr. Ramsey to fill in. We'll see. He won't do it.
Hey, man. Real quick.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Love you.
Oh, we're at that part of the show now. Okay.
Love you. Love you.
He did warn me that he's fading. All right. Yeah. So
I'm fading fast.
Cena,
love everybody. Love everybody. Thank you for supporting us. It does mean a lot.
Damn it. That's just great. That is just.
That might be the new name. Might be the new name.
Like we could
get this thing to spin. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
No. Thank you for supporting us. Go tell one person if you like what we're doing.
Just one.
Let's have some fun. Again, support your local independent wrestling promotion. They need it. They want it. And you might see somebody really cool there and might meet some really cool people like we have.
Paul London dumped trash like near us at an indie show.
He did a dump trash on us. It wasn't near us.
I was trying to make it sound. I was trying to make it sound like
But same thing. Go follow the Main Event Network. Gorilla Press Apparel.
Promo code WJP 2024 for 25% off.
Thank you everybody that supports us. It really does mean a lot. And yes, I have had some libations, but it does mean a lot. Thank you for the support, and we're going to keep doing what we're doing, no matter how much we dislike each other, no matter how many Super Bowls the Eagles win and the Bengals win none.
You can just go fuck yourself sometimes.
And also, Tim Bosby, thanks for hijacking the entire week.
Like seriously, it
Good luck
was
tomorrow.
a Backshots week on the Wrestling Junkies podcast because of him.
Might be Backshot night. But overall, thank you guys. Thank you guys.
Me too.
Love you.
Anyway, thank you guys. Appreciate it. That's the podcast / Philly Flav. I'm Mr. Cincinnati for the Wrestling Junkies podcast. It is entirely to be determined whether we have a show or not on Monday. Stay tuned to our social media at Junkies Pod on X and TikTok. Support TWE, support Coastal Empire Wrestling. We've got our interview with Bryce Cannon dropping tomorrow at 9 or 10 a.m., just depending on when I decide to set the timer. It's my understanding that Cupid's Chokehold will be available for watching next week. Pour a little bit out for Bryce Cannon and that contract. Hakeem Young, fuck yourself. Yeah, that's all right. It's all love here. Anyway, let's have fun. Be nice. Enjoy wrestling. Philly Flav, Mr. Cincinnati, Wrestling Junkies podcast. See you next week.